morning guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Appleseed. If you're not, welcome back. I have my coffee brewing at the moment, and guys, I have been seriously thinking about converting this area into a little bit of a coffee bar. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that I typically don't drink coffee. I just don't really handle caffeine well, but recently I have just been diving a little bit into coffee, getting into the world of all these different varieties, all these different types of coffees that you can make. I'm somebody who really likes getting into all these little niche subcultures. And typically when activities have a lot of stuff involved, such as the different processes, the different types, machines, tools, whatever, I can geek out about it quite a bit. I mean, like houseplants, for example, I got really into it when I found out that you can collect all these different types of rare houseplants. And I feel like similar philosophy with coffee is that there's all these different types, whether it's drip coffee, which is actually the machine that I have now. There's espresso, so many different things to deep dive into. And so I've recently been really interested, and also I just feel like it's so adult to have your own coffee bar set up at home. Guys, I live in New York City. Paying $10 for a cup of coffee every day adds up. That's like $300 a month just on coffees, which is crazy. So I feel like it's just so much more affordable to make your own coffee at home, and you can customize it however you want. I would say this is probably the first coffee beans I've ever picked up. This is actually already pre-ground because I don't have a grinder yet. I'm thinking of getting a coffee grinder. We shall see. I just need to do a little bit more research on the types and which ones are good. If you guys have any recommendations, please let me know. I'm thinking about getting this new Fellows Opus grinder. Apparently it just came out. They're on their second generation right now. Not only can it grind the beans for a drip coffee style, which is what I typically drink as of now, but I've also been thinking about getting an espresso machine of some sorts. Maybe in the future, maybe around Christmas time, I could potentially invest in an espresso machine. I feel like by then I'll have a little bit more grasp on coffee and how to make good coffee, what coffees I even like. Right now, I'm kind of a beginner. So I picked up this Brooklyn Lab brand local coffee. It smells freaking fantastic. Like, no joke. I was shocked when I first opened up the package and the waft of just coffee smell hit my face. I didn't want to experiment too much. I was like researching all these different types of coffees and whatnot. Also, one of the privileges of living in New York City is that I am surrounded by some of the best coffee ever. So there are a lot of really nice coffees here. There's like the Voceon, for example, which I believe is Brazilian. There's another place called Say Coffee in Williamsburg, and apparently that one is really freaking good. And so I will be exploring those options as well. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of traveling in the upcoming months. And so there is a potential avenue for me to explore cute coffee shops and then also just, get a little bit of a sampler, maybe buy some new beans. By then I'll probably hopefully have my grinder. So that could be really cool. But I think going back to just the whole kind of deep diving into the subculture, I just honestly didn't realize that you needed so much to make good coffee. Also, we did just jump right into this, but guys, I went to Haidilao for the first time yesterday, and I gotta say, I cannot believe how good Haidilao was. Haidilao is a hot pot chain from China, and they are pretty globally known at this point. There are a bunch of Haidilaos in America now, specifically in New York. I believe there are 2 or 3 Haidilaos. And I was actually in China a few years ago, and for some reason, we just decided to never go to Haidilao. And it's honestly because I always viewed Haidilao as like the TikTok viral meme hot pot place that tourists go to. Like, I would never go to Haidilao. Why go to Haidilao when there's so many different hot pot restaurants? We were just like, you know what? Let's just go to Haidilao. Let's see what it is. It was our friends' birthdays. And that place was so freaking cute. They do the little noodle show where the guy hand pulls the noodles and does like the whole thing. Guys, that was crazy. Like, watching that happen was so funny. And the guy that was rolling our noodles or like spinning our noodles during the show, he actually messed up conveniently when we all decided to cut the cameras and stop recording. So he lucked out on that because we were about to expose him. But that was really freaking cool. It was so fun. I will say the food is really good. The tomato soup base, guys, so freaking good. Highly recommend the tomato soup base if you guys have never been to Haidilao. They also do these secret code things. And it's kind of like a secret menu where if you say the code to the workers, they hand you gifts. And so I forgot what the codes that we said were. One of the secret codes that we told the worker, they brought out this little goodie bag, and how freaking cute and kind and nice of them. Because look, now I have these little snacks on top of the hot pot experience that we just had. Is so cool. Also, this toy that we got, which let's unbox this right now together. Quite a bit of packaging for a tiny little toy, but guys, that is so freaking cute. Guys, look at this. Freaking adorable. I don't think it, oh no. Oh, wait. Okay, we got the little fan on the hand. Does it do anything? It looks like... Guys, what in the world? I kind of wish it made the hand wave instead of the face move. First time Haidilao. Freaking insane experience. Highly recommend. Guys, I cannot believe it, but the pepper plant that I got at the beginning of summer actually yielded me 2 jalapeno peppers. I have neglected watering this plant on a regular occasion just because I forget that I have it sometimes, and also just going on my fire escape is so much work. Climbing out the window. So I typically tend to forget it, but New York has been having crazy weather this summer. It's been raining like crazy. There's been heat waves, thunderstorms, hurricanes. We've honestly gone through every type of weather possible in this summer. I think a lot of the rainwater was responsible for helping the plant do its thing, because I cannot believe I was actually able to get 2 jalapeno peppers. So I am quite happy about that. I absolutely love jalapenos. And so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these. I might just cut them up and eat them as is. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I just crave jalapeno and I'll just cut up a slice and I'll just eat them. Maybe I'll make some type of guac. I do have some avocados here, so yeah, we'll see. I don't know yet. But they are just so pretty. Like this is non-GMO, organic, homegrown peppers. This is as fresh as it's gonna get. Farm to table, literally fire escape to table. Honestly, I should have grown more produce. I saw this TikTok where this guy literally used old Amazon boxes and just filled it up with soil and then just grew literally peppers and tomatoes out of that. And I'm like, you know what? I should do that. I should honestly grow some tomatoes because I freaking love tomatoes. Maybe next summer, I might do like a whole thing. Guys, I finally got a new laptop. It has been so long since I upgraded my computer. The laptop that I've been using for the last 6 years is the M1 Pro MacBook Pro, which is crazy to think about because I've had it for 6 years, considering what I do for a living and what I do outside of what I do for a living, which is to create content. I just figured it's finally time for an upgrade. I just think it's really funny because this is the first time where I bought a laptop and it's quite literally the same looking laptop that I already have. There is nothing new about the design. Everything about the design is exactly the same. I know that there is supposed to be a redesign coming out in the next year, 2027, and I honestly could have waited for that. But honestly, based off of the leaks and rumors that people have been speculating on the internet, apparently there really isn't that much of a leap. They're adding a touchscreen display, which is a little silly because I would never use this laptop and use the touchscreen of it. Most of the time I'm using this laptop, it's connected to my monitor anyways. So it's not like I'm gonna be sitting here like touching the screen. I think that's a little silly. The only time I'm ever really just using the laptop in laptop form is if I'm traveling and I have to work. Other than that, I'm never really gonna be using the new features that are in the redesign anyways. The one thing I will say is they are making it thinner in the redesign, which I think is really cool. But for me personally, this laptop is already as thin as I ever need it to be. I don't really need a laptop to be that thin. It's already super compact and light. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way the design already looks. And of course, the M5 Pro chip is just light years ahead of my M1 Pro chip. Recently, I've just been getting a lot of design and editing projects, and some of these projects are quite big and requires a lot of power. So I don't want to be pushing the limits of my M1 Pro chip. I want to just get a new laptop now, get the extra storage that I need, the extra RAM, the huge upgrade in the chip. Like for me to buy a laptop is not the same as me going and like buying a furniture piece or something like that, or like buying clothes, because This is something that's going to make my money back, and it's going to make my money back pretty quick. So let's say in the future, the redesign actually ends up being super revolutionary. It's more than just what was advertised and rumored, and the chips are actually really that much significantly better than this chip. Then I don't mind upgrading in the next year or two, or maybe 3 years if I really need to. But based off the research I've done, I think that this laptop is going to carry me for the next 5 to 6 years, the same way my M1 Pro did. With that being said, I'm just really happy that I finally upgraded my laptop. I really desperately needed the storage. And it's just so weird because I've never waited so long to buy and upgrade something for it to literally look identical to the thing I already have. This is actually so weird. Like, I feel like the very least they could have done was maybe add some new colors, or maybe add like an extra port, or like add an extra fan somewhere just to make it a little different. Maybe make like the Apple logo bigger or smaller, or maybe add the LED illumination back on the Apple logo. Apple. Oh my gosh, guys, does it come with a sticker? I forgot if it comes with... I feel like they haven't included a sticker in any of their products in so long. Like, I don't remember the last time I got an Apple sticker. I'm like kind of pissed. Oh my gosh, guys, when did this become a tech channel? Come with me to work today, guys. I sound so tired right now. It is 6 a.m. It is so early, but I figured this would be fun, so let's go. Today we're going to be shooting a commercial at this place called Pier 59. Pier 59 is a really cool photo studio located in Chelsea, New York. The studio itself is really beautiful, but such a pain in the butt to get to, honestly. I'm working with all my friends today, and that is such a joy and privilege. It's going to be a great day, and we're all here to support each other and create something really cool. Also, we're shooting on one of my favorite cameras ever, which is the RE35. There's going to be all this professional lighting. There's going to be a crafties, and I think it's going to go really well. So I just got this in the mail. It's a bit of a PR package. Just kidding, it's not really a PR package. But I did just recently create a bunch of really cool videos for this brand. It's called Tatcha. They're a skincare brand that uses matcha as one of their main ingredients in their products, which is really freaking cool. Let's see what they sent me. I'm a little bit excited. I love getting free stuff. I'm actually so freaking excited about this because I actually use the things that people gift me. I like don't let anything go to waste. So I'm quite excited about this. This first thing is called the water cream. I believe these are the new products actually. Oh my gosh, yes, these are like the new products that just came out. It's supposed to be matcha based or something. I actually need new moisturizer, so this couldn't have come at a better time, honestly. And then this other thing is the matcha foam cleanser. It's super freaking cute. I love this color. It's like a teal color, I believe. Gonna test this out and see how it makes my skin feel. So I am very happy about this. We're currently in my bathroom. We have not been in here in a long time. It's been a while, so welcome back to my bathroom. Like I said, I've been shopping around for a new moisturizer and cleanser, so this literally could not have come at a better time. And oh my gosh, guys, it's literally green. Green is my favorite color. That's crazy. Okay, just gonna use a little bit. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Like, I was expecting it to smell like grass. Also, I literally washed my face right before this, so I don't want to put too much product in my face. I don't know if it has a scent or if it just smells like the cleanser, but I typically like when the moisturizer doesn't really have a scent, and the scent is pretty mild. And yeah, wait, I love the way this makes my skin feel. And I'm not just saying that because I did work for them, but yeah. Am I glowing, guys? Guys, I am really struggling to open this can of pickles here. I don't know why. They are so hard to open. Sometimes I just be craving pickles and I don't know why. Do you guys like pickles? Mm. So tonight for dinner, I'm gonna be making Marry Me chicken. I'm basically going to be steaming the kitchen. I almost said I'm almost about to be steaming. Whatever. I'm gonna cook the chicken in the rice cooker. It's gonna be a very simple one pot kind of style. Everything's gonna get cooked in the rice cooker. I am basically making the chicken kind of like Hainanese chicken style, so it is gonna be steamed. And then afterwards, I'm just gonna pour a bit of hot oil over it, along with some soy sauce, some green onions, the typical thing that would go into a Marry Me chicken. Let me just make something that is very easy, and I feel like I've just been ordering food so much recently, and I'm just craving a home cooked meal. This stuff right here is gonna go on the chicken afterwards, and then this stuff right here I'm gonna throw into the rice cooker with the chicken and the rice. This is my first time that I'm gonna be making rice with stock. Normally I would just use rice. I have this leftover stock that I need to finish, so we're gonna use it and see how it tastes. I mean, obviously it's gonna taste so much better than just water. I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bit of this 5-spice just for some flavor. Okay guys, here is my Marry Me chicken. It is quite easy to make, honestly. It's literally just steamed chicken in the rice cooker along with the rice. I used beef stock. Kept it quite simple. I cut up some ginger, some red onion, some green onion, and then I shredded up the chicken afterwards. Look how juicy this is. Let's go for a taste test. And the rice is packed with all the flavors from the juices of the chicken as well as the beef stock. This is actually very similar to Chinese steamed fish, which is one of my favorite dishes of all time in my culture. And so I love that I can make it with chicken as well, because sometimes cooking fish is a little bit complicated. This is very comforting. So I'm gonna end the video here, but before I let you guys go, I have a little bit of a book update. I have been reading a new book. I've also gotten a new book. I've been reading The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle by Murakami, and this is arguably his most famous book. As somebody who's been diving deep into Murakami recently, I had to read this book, of course. It's quite long, and I'm only a few chapters in, but so far I'm liking the direction of the book. There is a bit of noticeable surrealism in it that I kind of like so far, and so I'm excited to see where this book goes in terms of the story. So far, the characters are really interesting. After reading a few Murakami books in the last few months, I definitely see that there is a consistent style amongst the way he writes and the way he creates his characters. I am quite excited to continue reading this book. Also, somebody really freaking cool gifted me this Japanese comfort cooking, and I have been eyeing this book for a minute. I saw this book at a bookstore that I really like and frequent quite often, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. Japanese comfort cooking. I love Japanese food. You know, comfort cooking is always a huge thing for me. I love home cooked meals, things that are very cozy and homey, and this book was just right up my alley. Of course, I haven't gotten a chance to make anything from the book yet, so I am pretty excited to try a new recipe out. I've been collecting cookbooks, as you guys know. So of course this had to get added to the Pokedex. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever made a Japanese dish before that wasn't ramen and cup noodle. So this is gonna be pretty interesting. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've made Japanese curry before. So actually, I have made Japanese cuisine before. A lot of these recipes in here are actually quite complicated sounding. There are a lot of seafood dishes in here, which are really nice because seafood is kind of the one cuisine that I kind of stray away from. And so I'm really glad that this book has a huge section for that, and a section that I can explore and maybe try and experiment with new things. Also, I love that there's a whole chapter dedicated to just talking about condiments and what each condiment does. I also think it's really cool that there's a combination of some really complicated dishes as well as some dishes that are quite simple but with a Japanese fusion. Like for example, these buffalo wings sounds like something that I could definitely make. But then there's also just other stuff that I feel like is quite complicated and maybe I wouldn't really know where to get the ingredients for. Like this sounds really good. This tuna sashimi avocado salad situation. I just have to figure out where I would even get tuna sashimi. I heard Costco is like a really good place for raw fish. With that being said, thank you guys so much for making it all the way to this video. I'm definitely going to be making something from this Japanese comfort cooking book in the future. So if that's something that interests you, stick around for that. If you're still watching up to this point, leave the sunflower emoji. I feel like we're in the middle of summer and that is the appropriate emoji for this video. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.